Hi guys! Today I wanted to talk about Moxie's GPS tracker that she's going to be wearing for our Go Roughly Around the World adventure. We really wanted to have something that we could track Moxie with during this trip. I don't think anybody is necessarily going to steal Moxie. Like, she's a big German Shepherd. You'd really have to have balls to want to steal my dog. But there is always the opportunity for Moxie to run off. Especially if you guys have been following us, you know that we do like to leave Moxie off leash when we can. She has a really good recall, but she's a dog. If there's going to be a cat or a squirrel or something that catches her attention that is more interesting than I am, then there's a chance that she could bolt. And we've had that situation a few times where I've let her off the bike and then I wasn't paying enough attention to what was going around and she saw something on the side of the road and bolted into like a little community. And like it takes like a while to get her back. So it's something that I know that can happen to Moxie, and she's gotten a lot better as she's gotten older and she's a bit calmer with that type of stuff, but she still goes after these things. So having a GPS tracker on her is going to be a cool feature to be able to track to see where she's gone and where she is. So in the event that she does get stolen or in the event that she does run off, I'll be able to have this tracker and see where exactly that she is. So the kind folks at Tractive provided us with some GPS trackers for Moxie. And these are the same trackers that they were using on that Amazon series, The Pack, with people and their dogs traveling around the world. So we thought that this would be a great product for her to try out in all the different places that we'll be traveling to as well. And it's a pretty, it's not that big. It fits on her collar. Here, let me show you. I've got my model over here. Here's Moxie. Here you can see she's wearing it. It's attached to her Ruffly collar. It attaches with these plasticky, these rubber attachments, and it just makes it really simple to put it on her collar and take it off if we ever needed to. But it's connected to an app on my phone, and that is what is the coolest part for me. So this is the first time that I've used one of these GPS trackers for Moxie, and it comes with this app where you get to see all of the information. So it basically has, here, let me show you. So it basically has a number of different features here. It has the map to show you where exactly she is. It has the history to show you where she's been in a certain time frame. It even has like a heat map. So you can see here, this is the walk that we do from our house to the lake. It'll show you where she stopped, where she's been more time. Here you can see we were playing fetch in the water here at the lake. So that's why that's showing up there as a hot spot. But that's a common walk that we do, and we did that last night. So it's showing you yesterday at 11 up until today at 11. So that's what the track that she did. And you can swap that out and you can change the date so that you can do a bigger track. So that's going to be really cool on the trip to be able to see all of the places that she's been. So it'll sort of be our Moxie tracker. The other thing that I have loved, well, Greg and I both have loved it, as competitive people, there is an activity tracker. So the activity tracker will tell you how many minutes of activity she's done in a day. And you set the, you actually will set what your goal is. And our goal is always 140 minutes. And so the 140 minutes was based on her breed and her age, and it will basically tell you that for us it's 140 minutes. And so that's what her goal is every day, and it'll track it every minute that she's active and running around and doing something. It'll count against that goal, or towards that goal. And so we are often checking it during the day to see if we've gotten her 140 minutes in. At the end of the day, if she's only had like 130, I turn to Greg and like, we got to play fetch with her. We need 10 more minutes of activity for her. So it's like a Fitbit for dogs, and it really gets our like competitive nature up, because you can compete with people locally or globally as well by the different breeds or the location. So you can see what other shepherds are doing in our area and how good are they in terms of how much activity they have. So that's just a cool feature of it. The other good thing about it is if she were to potentially run away or get stolen, there's the option to set it for live tracking, and then you can see exactly where she is at that moment. Like I think that the activity, or I mean the map, it'll check in periodically, but it's not like instant. But if she were to be lost or stolen, I can just click that live, and then on the map it'll show me exactly where she is. So that gives me a lot of peace of mind for this trip, just in the event that something were to happen. And yeah, somebody, if they were to steal her, like if they were smart, they'd remove her collar so that the Tractive wouldn't be on it anymore. But look, it's just one more way that we can feel a little bit more secure about having her off leash and being in all of these new places. So it's been a really cool product. I'm excited to see how it works when we're on the motorcycle long distance. It seems to identify when we're going at speed, and it doesn't count that against her activity, but we'll keep an eye on it and see, because we could easily go above the 140 minutes if all of the time that she's on the cockpit and riding is counted towards it. But on the other hand, she is really active on the cockpit, so there is activity happening. I don't know if it's the same as the speed that we're going and how much that would be if she was running, but look, it's a cool GPS tracker for us to use. It's going to be really useful, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it performs in all of these different countries. I'll be keeping you guys up to date on how it's been working and how we've been liking it as we go on this trip. Like I said, we're 10 days away, so it is coming down to the wire. So don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube so that you can follow along on the adventure. And I'll continue to be doing these rough cuts as we go along so that I can share with you some of the cool things that we've been doing, or some advice that I have about traveling with dogs. So thanks again for hanging out with us, and Moxie and I will try and get our activity in today. Okay guys, talk to you soon.